Hi, my name is Hans Erickson, and this is part 9, I believe, in doing clothing simulations in Maya. And we have imported our animation, and we're pretty well ready to start testing to see how well the cloth follows the body. And to do that, all we really need to do is just to add the cloth beauty. We don't have to enable the visualization of the cloth simulation or the body simulation. That'll all happen in the background. And pretty basically, you can just start the play button. Now, some people will actually do renders of this, but I kind of find that it's just as easy to go ahead and start, because things that are going to happen that you don't want to happen are going to be pretty glaring, and they're going to start right away. So here in just a couple seconds, he'll actually start moving, and you'll be able to see if anything is pulling away. And you can see his arms are going down into place, and it appears as though the cloth seems to be following okay. Let's take a look. Okay, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and stop it. And let's take a quick render. And to do this, I might go ahead and use a preview render, but let's take just a quick look around here and see how everything seems to be reacting. One thing I'd like to do is, let's go ahead and enable smoothing on the body there. And it looks as though he might be poking out a little bit. No. Actually, that's not looking too terribly bad. The collar is definitely terrible, but let's just go ahead and do a quick render and just kind of see how it all looks. Here we go. Let me get to RenderMan here and render. Might not be able to see the back because I really don't have any lights enabled. And I'm absolutely correct, so let me go ahead and add a light. I'll just add that, and let's try it again. Actually, that's looking pretty darn good. Let's stop that render, and let's let them walk a little further and see what happens. The bulb is going to kind of go away, so I'm going to delete that for right now, and let's let them continue on. He doesn't seem to be busting out of his britches any. I'm going to stop it real quick and look around over here. Might be having a little trouble right here where everything is beginning to kind of bunch and kind of catch up there. So we're going to have a problem here. That's not going to work. We can take a quick render and you can see what I mean. Of course, I'm going to have to enable that light again. Let's go ahead and add that light. And start that render. Yeah, see, it's looking a little bad right there. let's go ahead and stop that and see what we can do about the settings. So let's back that up a little bit. And now what we want to do is we want to go to our outliner, Windows and outliner. We'll open this up and we want to go into the close simulation here, and let's find the vest. Here we go. And if we come over to here, we got collisions and dynamic properties. Now if you read down here, heavy denim is moderately rough, very non-stretchy, moderately heavy and damped. One might need to increase the stretch resistance for high gravity or fast moving objects. If the material seems too springy, try increasing the damp value. I don't think it's the damp value so much as it is, I think the collision is just a little bit too strong. Actually, what we could do is try turning off self-collide. Some other things that we can do is decrease the collision thickness and the collide strength. Let's take that down to 0.5. Let's go ahead and turn self-collide back on. And let's take the thickness of it down to, let's say, 0.1. And the collide width scale, let's go down to 1. And basically all that needs to be done right now is just kind of play with these. You can see the friction might be a little bit too high, so let's go ahead and put that down to 0.4. And what you need to do is just kind of play with these a little bit until you kind of get it to the way that you want. I'm going to kind of do this all off screen until I get how I want this to work. The collar is definitely colliding. I think the collision on that is way too high. So let's turn that collision thickness down to, let's take the collide strength down to 0.4 actually, and see how that helps. And so I'm going to stop the video here. I'm going to play with these settings until I get them to the way that we want, and then we'll do a full render or some spot renders just to see how everything's working. And if we like what we see, we're going to go ahead and export out all of the geometry on the clothing, and then we can import it into our shot file. So until then, I'll be right back, and you have a great day.